During the last days of her tenure as public protector, Thuli Madonsela came under immense pressure from the ANC. Her state capture report saw the party close ranks behind former President Jacob Zuma and attack her at every opportunity. What made matters worse was that she was riding a wave of popularity at the time following the release of a report on the upgrades at Zuma's private home at Nkandla. When the state capture investigations began and she issued subsequent reports, she was accused of making Zuma her private project and that she was playing politics. At Parliament, the ANC-dominated oversight committee refused to support her calls for more funds, claiming her office was duplicating the work of other Chapter 9 institutions. There is a process now to appoint a new deputy public protector following Kholeka Gcaleka's elevation to the top position in that office. This process was supposed to have been completed before the May elections, but was abandoned when impeached former public protector Busisiwe Mkhwebane, who was a member of the Justice Committee and therefore part of the interviewing panel, failed to declare a conflict of interest regarding two candidates. And now there is a new fly in this ointment. It is in the name of Pilane-Majake, a former ANC MP and Deputy Minister. In this episode, I look at the role Pilane-Majake and her other comrades played in the crusade against Madonsela. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Joe Talks Politics. I am your host, Joseph Musia. Let's get right into it. Thuli Madonsela scored a major victory for South African taxpayers when the Constitutional Court endorsed her findings that Jacob Zuma was not entitled to the renovations at his private home in Nkandla that cost over 200 million rand. But her victory created enemies in very high places. The then Secretary General of the ANC, Mantashe, led the assault. He accused Madonsela of leaking her reports about Nkandla and other politically sensitive matters to the media before officially releasing them. One of these leaks involved a letter Madonsela had written to Zuma in which she cautioned him that he was second-guessing her recommendations that he should repay part of the money spent on security features at his private home in Nkandla, such as a swimming pool, cattle kraal, amphitheater, and chicken coop. Her later recommendation that a commission of inquiry be established to investigate allegations of state capture had ANC leaders on edge. The party went into full attack mode with some, including the leader of Umkhonto weSizwe Military Veterans Association, Kebima Patswe, even accusing her of being a CIA agent. In Parliament, members of the Justice and Correctional Services Committee led the charge. Committee Chairperson Matole Motshekga was the leader of this pack. He and others even questioned Madonsela's ability to account for the funds of her office.
How do we sit here and agree that you need 200 million more when we cannot be persuaded that you'll be able to manage that budget?
During all this time, Dr. Pilane-Majake was a member of the ANC contingent in the committee. She was part of the attacks against Madonsela, along with Motshekga, Loise Mpumlana, and Bongani Bongo, among others. Yet she expects South African public and Parliament to believe that she can act impartially towards the ANC.
I would like to know, how will you go about ensuring that, well, first of all, that you will not act with your frame of reference or ideology of the ANC in mind, but act unbiasedly, and also ensure that there is no perception of bias amongst the public if you were to be appointed Deputy Public Protector?
Thank you very much. I think where it begins is to really also remember that we as South Africans have really managed to get a peaceful transition that was ANC-led. And it was peaceful because it was inclusive, it wasn't exclusive. It was based on human rights and the rule of law, which is something that's really closely connected to policies of the African National Congress. But if I've got to enter into this office, I have to actually be outside the African National Congress and become a South African citizen.
She continued to obfuscate when asked a straightforward question about state capture.
What specific steps did you take, if any, to address or prevent corrupt practices? If you're going to provide anything that you did specifically as a member of parliament at that time?
As a member of parliament, we belong to committees in parliament. And committees actually is a vehicle for us as members of parliament to actually exercise our oversight role. So our oversight role would be in a form of reports that are actually brought before us. And the kind of recommendations ourselves we give once we've received these reports. So just through oversight, once you are a member of parliament, through oversight, you are in the position to actually then manage to deal with matters of that nature.
The correct answer is, I did nothing. Pilane-Majake knows very well that lying to Parliament is a criminal offence. That would explain her decision not to give a simple answer to this follow-up question.
Doctor, are you saying that you spoke against the state capture? Did you verbalize that? When I asked you earlier, you said you were aware of the state capture at that time. Did you verbalize it to those who might have been implicated, rumors that you maybe heard around the passages? We're obviously receiving voluminous reports of many things. Did you ever vocalize your stand against state capture?
As a member of parliament, when a report is actually brought before you, like I've indicated with the Office of the Public Protector, there will be matters of public interest where you find that reports are actually brought to parliament. And of course, I'm sure we understand the process of bringing reports to parliament. If it's about the public protector, it will come to the Portfolio Committee on Justice and Constitutional Development, then it will be deliberated here and adopted here before it's actually sent to the National Assembly. And then there should be actually then adoption by the National Assembly through votes, which are in a form of political parties.
Again, the simple and factual answer would be, I supported the leader of my party who was implicated in state capture. I verbalized my disdain towards the public protector who I believed was persecuting him. But that would be taking this honesty thing too far, wouldn't it? It is truly concerning that this person could end up in this important Chapter 9 institution for which she showed little respect when she had the power to defend it and to strengthen it. Based on her history, she should not have even been shortlisted, let alone be in a position where she stands a real chance of being appointed. It is now up to the committee members to apply their minds and decide who the best candidate is. If you enjoyed this episode, please comment, hit the like, share and subscribe buttons. Thanks to everyone who has taken the time to comment on, like and share our previous episodes. See you in the next one.